14-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Clay Brooks going to bring this one out. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
2nd and 5. Here's Beathard to throw. And that is incomplete.
And that is every quarterback's worst nightmare. You had the perfect play call. The seas parted perfectly. You had your guy wide open. He could have run for days, but he overshoots him. And that's one he'll think about for the next month.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To throw is Beathard. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So he stopped for no gain. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. On 4th down on is Logan Cook to punt. .31 yards on the punt there. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. First down now for Rush. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They run with a rookie from K-State, Deuce Vaughn. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And the Jags, Charles, I think they're on the dime here.
Covering a lot of field.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Tolbert. And he will have a Cowboys first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
From the 35, here's second down and 8. They go play action with Rush. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
The Cowboys on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw Rush. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is indeed good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Clay Brooks going to bring this one out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They try the left side with Johnson. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Here's Beathard to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Washington. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
Second and 11 now. Back to throw Beathard. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Lewis to return. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And they will take over first and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Play fake. Here's Rush. And this one is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Rush to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 32-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Throwing here, Rush. He's got it complete to Tolbert. 11 more on that one and another first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Rush with it on first down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Vaughn. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Rush. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a fourth down. So now on fourth down, Mike McCarthy will turn to his field goal unit. He hit his first, this one from 38. And this one is right through. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
Clay Brooks going to bring this one out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he's going to be unable to get upfield as they take him down at the 21-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Yeah, the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. They'll throw here. Beathard. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw is Rush. That caught by the rookie tight end, Luke Schoonmaker. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7.
Keep those sticks moving.
Now rush. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing the coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Claybrooks going to bring this one out.
So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by
Most of the
is Jonathan
starters are
Coachman.
likely
He has
done.
REA Sports
These coaching
halftime
staffs
report.
getting ready to evaluate the youngsters in the second half. And to call the remainder of this preseason opener, we go back to Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Rush to throw on first down. Finding Tolbert here over the middle. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Vaughn on first and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. Staying on the ground with Vaughn. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, rush. A left side completion to Jones. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Here's Brian Anger now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Beathard. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw is Beathard. That's going to be caught by Bigsby. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter and the entire fourth remaining. So, stranger things have happened.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 40 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Here's Johnson again on second down. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. A quick throw complete to Washington. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. But plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. They start the drive with Vaughn. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them? And do I have enough confidence to make a play?
On second down, here's Rush. It's caught. Tolbert down the right sideline. How about this? He's to the 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jalen Tolbert, 82 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. That's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
Clay Brooks going to bring this one out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Dallas, Texas is the spot. 3rd quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10.
Now Beathard.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, they definitely figured out something defensively at halftime, Charles. That's now 2 drives and 2 interceptions here in this 3rd quarter.
And I think the easy thing for us to say is, boy, they made an adjustment, didn't they? Or they showed him something different. I'm not so sure it's that as much as maybe he's just been impatient and forced the ball a little bit. In any event, as you noted, back-to-back interceptions thrown.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
And the Jaguars are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard. And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Beathard to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
On the return, here comes Lewis.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Rush. And that'll be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the 1st. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Taken in at the 11. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
90 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Again, it's Johnson.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
To throw is Beathard. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete.
Down inside the 10.
And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. They'll set up to throw.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Extra point splits the uprights, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Clay Brooks going to bring this one out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And certainly this, not the performance that they were hoping for to begin the exhibition season, but still plenty to watch for in this fourth quarter. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Johnson on the counter. And he's got some space here. And strong running here on the first 2 plays of the drive. He's got another first down on a gain of 12. 130 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Looking to throw. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. Second down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. He'll drop to throw. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They run. It's Johnson. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
First down now for Rush. And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Rush working from the gun.
He's going to air one out.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And that's one of the few things that has not gone right for this offense so far. They've had their share of big plays. That was nearly another. But somehow, he just couldn't squeeze it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Rush. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Brought down on the play by Deron Bland.
That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Here's Beathard to throw. This is caught. It's Dearness Johnson.
He's still on his feet. He may go.
Touchdown, Jaguars. Dearness Johnson, 69 yards.
And the Jaguars get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
McManus's point after is good, and that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
It has been a dream start to the preseason thus far as they look to finish things strong in the fourth quarter. They'll begin on the ground here with Vaughn. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28. Again, a run with Vaughn.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth quarter stop? Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long. Looking to throw. Rush.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, partner, this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick six on the other side, and now they get a pick six of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick six from earlier in this game?
And now onto the field comes the Jags offense. They'll go for 2.
Man in motion is Agnew.
They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
They lead big. Quite the kickoff, really, to this exhibition schedule as they start once more with a 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all, and to me it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead, or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun.
On 3rd down, it's Vaughn.
And some space here.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
That's out to the left, flat and complete. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. They'll send a receiver in motion left.
On 2nd down, it's Vaughn.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run for it with Vaughn.
And able to pick up the 1st across midfield to the 47. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
They'll toss this out right for Vaughn. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. He's going to use his legs here. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 11 yards is the gain on the keeper there, but now it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
He's got it complete. That's Schoonmaker. He's going to have the first down and more than that. Touchdown! Luke Schoonmaker, 38 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Now the try here for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Clay Brooks going to bring this one out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Back to throw Beathard. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Kelvin Joseph. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee.
We are in it to win it. This could be the turning point. Let's take that. Thank you. There you go. That's how it's done. Give it up, baby. Shut up. Be patient, dude.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. A
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy,